Hi, today we are going to talk about encoding schemes. So basically, we are going to talk about how encoding works, how decoding works. So basically, in case of encoding, there is a process in which the data is there in memory. Now, if we would want to convert it or serialize it to bytes, and then we would want to again convert it into in memory. So basically, this is called as encoding or serialization or marshalling, and this is called as decoding or deserialization or unmarshalling. So if you look at several languages, like if you look at Java, it has its own serialization and deserialization technique. So it is tied to Java serializable. Similarly, for Python, if you see, Python is tied to pickle. So these are tied to specific languages. So if you are using certain language for encoding, you would want to use the same language for decoding. Now there came concept of thrift or protocol or Avro. So what it does is it defines the schema in certain construct, like it defines struct one required field string and let's say username. So it defines the schema in certain manner, and that schema could be used for different languages like Java, like Python, and each application could write or generate the code in specific language. So in this case, it is not tied to a particular language. Now, while reading or while writing, there are two types of schema, which is called as reader schema and writer schema. Now, in case of reader schema, what happens is there is a writer which writes the schema. Let's say it writes in Avro, and then there is a reader which reads the schema. Okay, so there are two concepts here. One is forward compatibility, and second one is backward compatibility. So backward compatibility, as you all know, in which the new code is can read the records written by old code. So new code able to read records by old code. And forward compatibility means old code is able to read records written by new code. So there could be two cases here in which, let's say, the writer is writing the new code. So new versions written. In case of if we would push a newer version, it will write newer version data in Avro, and the reader is able to read old versions also, as well as new versions. So this is one condition, and the second condition is in which the writer writes to Avro or some other format, and the reader reads. In this, the writer writes the data in older version, and the reader is able to read the data in the newer version. Okay, so this is when we roll forward the image, and this is when we roll back the image. Okay, thank you. That's it for today.